بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين ثم الصلاة والسلام على شمس الهداية واليقين حبيبنا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون صدق الله العظيم. Beloved children, sisters and brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His final communication to entire humanity tells us about the human being, his creation. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Indeed, most certainly, without a doubt, we have created man, a human being, in the best fashion, the best mode, in the best constitution. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. And then we allowed him to go to the lowest of the low if he wishes. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Except those who really believe. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. And demonstrate their faith and belief by doing good, righteous work, by being active. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونٍ. As for them, there is a reward that will never cease, never come to an end. It will be flowing forever and forever. Now, we as Muslims, we've got over 2 billion people who believe that they have been born in sin. In sin, they are sinners. 2 billion or more. We are sinners. Of course, the Hindus then they believe in reincarnation. That sometimes if you are born a dog, that dog may be your grandfather because he was not very good. Or he may just be a cockroach. They believe in that. No laughing matter about them. They believe. You can ask them. Because I remember once when I knocked down a dog, unfortunately in 3rd Avenue in Mayfair, it was a Hindu house. And they were very angry with me. Because they thought that may have been their forefather that I killed. So we don't have, Allah says no, every person we made him or her in the best fashion, excellent, ahsan. And the Rasul said that every child is born in the fitrah, in a natural way, into Islam, into the laws and into the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are not a sinful people. We are clean. Highest ahsan. Ahsan is the best, most excellent, far excellent. He created us. But then He left us. He created us, there you are man, the best. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. Then He allowed them to do what they want until some of them reached the lowest of the low. Worse than the animal, worse than the pig, worse than every other. For instance, we have a term which I have to use here, the youth. The youth, you know, you see your own daughters running around and showing showing all their ways, the lobes of their bosoms and so on in front of you. The youth, even a kid doesn't do that. So as far as safilin, we Muslims, our daughters at the wedding, they're showing more than telling you what is on the menu, only the men knew what she was showing. So that is us, asfala safilin. Animals don't do it. Illa alladhina amanu. Except those who have iman, who truly believe, who amilu salihat. Iman is not enough. No such thing. I believe, I've got a cold. This is better than, it will take my cold away. Very nice. Kiss it, put it away. I gotta take it. If you believe, you gotta act upon it. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Act upon what they believe in. فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ. Allah says, for them, from Allah, the creator of all, there is a reward for you. He is happy with you. He will give you a reward that will never come to an end. You will be enjoying it till the day you die and after you die and you are raised. So now this is that man, created in the best mode, we, you, all of us. This is the man, and especially a Muslim, he is given the manual of how to maintain this. How to maintain this position of excellence and greatness. But no, we're not interested in that handbook. We're not interested at all in the book of instructions, which is the Holy Quran, and which is exemplified in the Sunnah and the life of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Come on, ask ourselves. Now as we see, I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to pick anybody out. People are coming into the masjid now. It is Jumu'ah. And a Jumu'ah, to all the Indians, they know what is Jumu'ah. What is Thursday known as in Pakistan and India? What is called? Thursday, what is it? Jumeirah. The eve of Juma is Thursday. Whole day is Juma Eve. Now you're coming in now. It was Eve from the moment you got up on Thursday, we were taught. Now you are thinking, Masai, the Garak is there. Can I close my shop? Or no, maybe I'll make 500 cents. You don't make 500 rands easily now. That doesn't make sense. That now you will walk. Small thing like that, which Allah has asked you once a week, clearly in the Quran. He says that when the call of Friday is made, hurry to the place of prayer. You'll find a big queue in the toilet there now. Big queue. Still, they will be waiting to go to the toilet. From Jumeirah, they're supposed to be ready yesterday for Jumu'ah. That's us. What do you expect from him? You're telling him, wait, I'm coming, I'm going to the loo. So you stay in the loo. You wait also in the loo. That's where we are, in the dustbin of history, in the trash can of history, in the sewage of history. You also stay there in the loo. You are coming when you feel like to Allah, when He has called you, Hayya ala-salah, Hayya ala-salah. إِذَا نُودِيَ بِالصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمُعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَىٰ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. When the call for prayer is made on Friday, hasten to remember Allah. Hasten, come. He'll come, will come. That's us. That's us, the best man. Ahsani taqwim. No angel is better than you. No Jibreel is better than you. No Israfil, no Mikail is better than man. Farishte ja nahi sakte, wahan insan jata hai. Where the angels cannot tread, man can go. Angel can only do وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. Only what Allah commands them to do. Allah tells you, come to Friday prayers, hasten, you're sitting on that high loo. He tells, come, fas'aw. He can't be bothered. Angel, he tells Jibreel, do this. He does that. Israfil, do that. He does that. They can turn the whole earth within seconds. That's the power they have got. But they don't do it out of their own will. They only listen to Allah. And Allah asks us to do little things. He has given us free will. He tells you, do this. You say, no, I won't do it. He still gives you a chance. How many things, ask yourself, how many things, as you are sitting, each one of us is responsible for himself or herself. How many of us obey Allah? Really? Come on, ask yourself, really. If He tells you do this, do that. If He tells you to read the book of Allah and understand it, do we do it? We'd rather buy comic books, we'd rather buy all those other cosmopolitans and other filthy books and have a look at it. Yes? This is what we like to do. No, Allah doesn't want you whole day to read His book. He wants you to read it and understand it and act upon it. Go, the world is yours. As a matter of fact, on a Friday, Allah doesn't want you to sit here. We find other people whole day. Before in South Africa, you couldn't open your shop on a Sunday. We say, فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. And when the Friday prayer is over, spread yourself out on the earth and seek of the bounties of Allah. Go for your businesses, profit and enrich yourselves with all the good that Allah has in store for you. We are that good. Not so much. And yet what happens? To come in, it is. Now this is just a small. Now, you know, when we talk about man being the highest of the high, today it's very easy to talk why man is the lowest of the low. Asfala safilin. Because a number of us are asfala safilin, are going to the asfal. Innal munafiqina fi asfali darki minan nar. Asfal, saying the hypocrites, those who are two-tongued, who say one thing and do another, they are in the lowest portion of hell. Saying, ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. And we find, who are those who do it? They are the munafiqs. The munafiqs. And sometimes we have to wait and ask ourselves, are we true and sincere, or we do things in our own favor, against the next person, against the command of Allah? Ask ourselves. We have to pause and ask ourselves. And this is the moment. Close your eyes and ask yourself, oh Allah, am I believing in you? And then ask yourself why you are in this mess. I want to know a Muslim who is not in a mess, in a hurry. And alhamdulillah, there are some. We are in mess throughout the world. Look at it. Throughout the world, tyrants are ruling us. People who don't believe in Allah are ruling us. In Muslim countries. People who would rather be with the Yahudi are ruling us. Even we saw the Saudi, that from their land the drones go and kill the Muslims in Yemen. From Makkah goes the killing machines of the West. Then we ask Allah, who is our friend and who is our enemy, the Yahudi or the Saudi? Who, Allah, who? Ask yourself, who? The drones are made with whose money? Yahudi's money or the Saudi's money? To kill the Muslims. Whose money? Come on, ask yourself. The same thing. That is on a big mega scale. What about on our scale, on a minuscule scale? What type of two-faced people are you and me? Do we fall to Allah and do we say that we are Muslims? I'm sorry to make comparisons. Allah must not allow us to do that. But Allah says, He compares. That is why I have this guts to say, because He says, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. Those who disbelieve, the kuffar, the Jew, the Hindu, the Christian, all are the friends and allies of one another. They are the friends against you, O Muslim. As the Nabi made it clear, Al-Kufru millatun wahida. All the kuffar band together to make one strong bulwark against you, O Muslim. Illa taf'alu, until you don't take the same lesson from the kuffar. So I'm taking a small lesson from the kuffar. On Sunday, if you are passing somewhere, you will find outside the church so many cars already there, quiet, and everybody's inside. Once a week, of course, daily. But ask us, once in a week, you are supposed to come to the remembrance of Allah together. Jumu'ah, for the unity of the Ummah. And you will find that we drag our feet, we drag our feet, we drag our feet. Allah is, Wallahu ghaniyun 'anil 'alamin. Allah is independent of the world. You can't be bothered. You do, yes, you do His work. Then it is said in Hadith Qudsi, you take one step towards Him, He takes 10 steps towards you. Try and take a step. How big is your step? What is Allah's step? What is Allah's step? The heavens and the earth, the entire creation, and above that, He takes a step towards you. You walk towards Him. He runs towards you. He says all these things. He says, that's fairy tale, you know, fairy tale. Who knows? Who saw Him? But you know, when He does not take a step towards you, what is my position, and what is your position, and what is the position of the Muslim world. Go and see in Iraq. Go and see in Lebanon. Go and see in Syria. Go and see in Egypt. Go and see in Algeria. Go and see in Tunisia. What is happening to Allah's way? Because the majority of the people have decided we're going to pay lip service. يَقُولُونَ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ مَا لَيْسَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. They will profess with the mouth what is not in their hearts. Heart has to say. It has to come out from here. And that is why we are in a mess. And small, you know, to do Allah's work is the best job in the world. Is there any better work than to pick up a banana peel in the street to think that next person must not fall? Or to give somebody food and the person shows you his or her teeth smiling and happy and says, thank you. You have caused it, you have caused that person to smile. You have given it medicine for its sickness. Who has done it? Allah has given you. He has made you with that free will to look after all these things, and me. So then we are crying, oh Allah, what is happening to the Muslims? Mata Nasrullah. We are being kicked, pushed about, murdered, slaughtered, raped. Where is your victory that is supposed to come? Where is your help? Where is it? Do we deserve it really? Or we deserve more slaughter and more rape? Allah save us from that. May Allah save us. So each one of us, we have to stand up and ask ourselves. Ask ourselves. He has asked us to pray 5 times a day. For Him, He's not interested you pray or you don't pray. He is not interested. You pray, it is for your own good, for your own elevation and greatness, not for Allah. He's got the malaika there by the billions, and they are singing His praise and magnifying His greatness. Who are you and me? As a matter of fact, they are a pure creation. Me and you, we may have some impurity here somewhere. They are pure. And they're singing Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus. Hallowed and pure are you. And we, contaminated beings, we are given a chance to do this, and yet not interested. And then we cry. we are supposed to be right on top. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. And more so, because you are in the ummah of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Anbiya wanted to be in this ummah. And you have arrived. You have arrived in the ummah of Rahmatul lil Alameen. The mercy unto entire creation, Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All existence, he is the mercy. And you have arrived in his ummah. Oh, can you ask for anything better? Come on, if you got it, ask, tell me. Had I been born there or this or that, is better than being a Muslim who says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. But why are we like this? Because يَقُولُونَ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ مَا لَيْسَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. We profess with our mouths that which does not emanate from our hearts. So if we are going to be like this, then we will go down. But this is the moment now, to ask yourself, who am I? Whom do I belong to? Whom do I belong to? Who is going to look for me on the day of judgment and want to save me and see that not even one hair of mine is burnt by the fire of hell? Who? Muhammadur Rasulullah. He is looking for you. And he is our leader, the best leader. Read any historian, even a historian that is hostile to Rasulullah, he will say he was the best leader, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then, if you are the best leader, then you must have the best leadership in your pockets. You must be following that leadership. But he, yunadi lil iman, is calling us to iman. He's shouting, come, come, come. But we have fled the fields. We have run away from him. He's standing alone. Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't you want to join? Don't you want to join? For whose good? For his good. For his good. The malaika are there witnessing Muhammadur Rasulullah by the billions and billions. Countless. We don't need to witness to his nubuwah. He's got enough. But no, he wants us. He wants us. You and me who just say once Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu. He wants us. He wants each one of us to be glorious and mighty and happy and rich. He wants us to be rich. Nobody must think that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants a person that is a beggar and doesn't want to have a good life. He wants you to have a good life. As Iqbal says, that he slept on the mat of rushes. You know the mat made out of grass? He slept on it. So much so when he got up, you could see all the impressions on his face. He slept on the mat of rushes so that his followers may sit on the throne of the Caesars and the Khusros. He wants us to be kings and masters like the kings of the world and the Caesars and the Khusros. That's what he wants for us. But we are not interested in. He wants the very best for us. But we do not want the very best for ourselves. So are you. And at the end of the day, everything is Islamic. Islamic terrorists, Islamic this, Islamic that. And you must know there is no Islam without Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah is there, everybody says it. The Jew says it. The Sikh says it. Sikh says there's only one God. The Unitarians say, but you say Muhammadur Rasulullah. It is you that are being blamed as a terrorist. You are being blamed as being the most illiterate person. Go to Pakistan and other places and see how many of our people can read and write. And the first word that Allah said, Iqra, read, read, read. How can you read if you are not literate, if you do not write? No, we say no, we don't want to read. We want to remain illiterate. And Allah asks you to read what? The Quran. That is the book first He wants you to read. And how many of us read? We read it. We read it. Like you see in the wall in Jerusalem, the Jews. We read it just like that. No way we got this. And the Quran says, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. and read the Quran in slow tunes and with understanding. We read it like this. I mean, is that our faith? Really, come on, man. That is read the Nabi said, understand. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. The Quran challenges every Muslim. Won't you engage yourself with the Quran, understand the Quran, question the Quran, or are there locks on your hearts? Are there locks on your hearts? وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. And we may have made the Quran easy to understand and to remember. So is there any one of you who will take the trouble to do so? Allah is pleading with you so many times. Never took case. Then when Allah says, who cares to us? Then we cry, where are you, Allah? Why am I in such trouble? Why is the Muslim world like that? It's our own doing. We have brought ourselves to this position. So we have to wake up, starting off with Salah, starting off with Yawm al-Jum'ah. When the Azan is made, you are supposed to be in here already. When the Muazzin, or when a person who gives you the khutbah and speaks, he's here, you are here to listen to what he says. Jum'ah is not an empty day. If the most important day of the week, you are not prepared to come and listen to the instructions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us, then we are rejected in His instructions. And as I said, Wallahu ghaniyun 'anil 'alamin. He can't be bothered about anybody. Earthquakes come, floods come, tsunamis come, people die. He is beyond that. But if you deserve it, ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. If you are not of those who are the lowest of the low, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except those who really have Iman, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and do something about the Iman. Don't just, I believe. There is no such thing. In Islam, there is no belief without action. Nothing. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and Allah promises you, فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ. For you there is a reward that will flow and flow and flow forever and forever. Let us be of those who deserve the reward and the blessing and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallallahu ala nabi al-kareem. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Just two announcements. The first one, we at the Institute for Islamic Services thank everybody for their ongoing support throughout the years, especially at the time of Qurbani. Our Operation Qurbani for 2013 will be carried out in the Bihar district of India at 150 per Qurbani. It will be supervised by 2 members of the community at their own costs. We urge people to support us. Last announcement, unfortunately the IIS Medical and Dental Center in Lotus Gardens was attacked by 4 armed men yesterday at about 11 a.m. They managed to get away with cell phones and some watches. The Medical and Dental Center will now be housed at our head office at 330 Carmine Street in Lodium and is due to begin operation at the end of this month. Jazakallah.